There's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
All right, this is Terry DeWit, the vocalist from Deepfall, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, I have a special guest that's on here, but before I bring on my guest, I want you guys and gals to go out and subscribe to BODS Mayhem Hour YouTube page. Click that notification bell and click subscribe, so that way you'll know everything and anything that's coming down for BODS Mayhem Hour. And also Facebook, subscribe to that as well. You know the spiel. We'll talk about that later on as well. But anyway, my guest today is Terry DeWit, vocalist of Deepfall. And Deepfall has released their self-titled track, Revolution, off their upcoming EP, which will be released later this year. Revolution is the follow-up to 2019's EP, Broken. Also, the band will release their new single entitled Into the Sun next week, but when this interview airs, that will already be out. So Terry, welcome to the podcast, and how you doing, my friend?
Hey man, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. Look forward to talking to you today.
Yes, sir. So how you been doing through all this stuff, man?
It's been doing good, actually. We're just trying to get through it. It's a weird time still, but it's all good.
That is exactly right. I think everything's kind of lifting up from COVID,
yes.
But it's still out there, so we still have to be a little careful. After 2019's debut Broken EP, you guys hit the road with Hell Yeah, Texas Hippie Coalition, Seven Dust, Alter Bridge, and Clint Lowry. How was that experience for you guys, and what did you take away from that tour?
Well, that experience was before me. So
okay.
I joined the band last year. I just did this last leg here with Seven Dust and Plush. But previously had a different singer. So this record is actually the first record with me as their vocalist.
How excited are you guys to release this upcoming EP Revolution later this year, man? I know you guys have to be chomping at the bit to get this out since you are the new vocalist coming into this.
Yeah, man. It's, you just got to have patience. We're all excited about it. We've had some lineup changes and things happen since we recorded this as well. But we're all looking forward to getting it out. Into the Sun drops August 31st. So excited for that next one to come out. And we're just trying to enjoy it, man. You got to enjoy the things. They go by so fast. And I think as I get older, I'm trying to be like, all right, let's just try to enjoy these moments, because we all learn something that life can change in an instant. So, just got to really enjoy life. So
I got to know though, man, what have you brought to this band that may have been missing? I'm not knocking the other vocalists or anything like that. I'm just saying, what have you brought to this band that may possibly been missing?
I don't know, man. We have kind of different styles, I guess. So I don't know. We're just different types of singers. I've been singing a long time, and it's just something where, stylistically, I think we fit a little bit better, maybe. I think it's just a style thing, really. I mean, the other singer was great too. It's just, how it goes. Everybody likes different things. So just a little bit different kind of lane in the music is all.
What led the song Revolution to be the first track released off the EP? Four of the tracks, it could have been easily the lead track.
Yeah, a Revolution, I think really, I wrote the words and all that stuff, the melodies, and you kind of, when you're writing a song, it's, it's kind of reflective of the times. You just see people on their phones all the time, and it's like people aren't there anymore.
Yeah. And,
that song is really kind of what that's about. That this whole song is just about technology and its role it's playing, and people just are, just kind of keep going on. But we're losing kind of relationships with people. There's been a lot more hostility in the world, I've noticed. So, that's kind of what it's about, kind of touches on those things.
Well, we've lost touch with with what it used to be, families and talking to each other than being on a phone, family reunions and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't see that no more. It's either, hey, we're going to have an Evite or something like that online, or No.
No, everybody, yeah, it definitely kind of seems like we took a nudge towards like a little more hostility. And I think people were just frustrated because the world was just out of control.
Yeah.
I'm glad things have chilled out, but I think it just took its toll on people emotionally. And it's a lot to be locked in your house for a long time. I mean, I know I struggled with it. I just missed music and wanted to get back to it so bad and see my friends and family. It was just a tough time.
But would you also say this title, Revolution, is for the band also, like a turning stage for the band as well?
Hey man, I never thought of it that way, but that is a very good point. Absolutely. I mean, it kind of is. It's definitely a shift in gears,
Yeah.
And sometimes I think you need that,
Yeah, you've got to have that breath of fresh air that comes in, man, because it's like I've said it over and over and over and over. It gets stagnant and it just gets boring, and you just say, "I'm done with this."
Right. Absolutely. That's what my wife says about me, probably.
Oh man! So was this a breath of fresh air for you too, coming in here?
Absolutely, man. I kind of took a break from music for a while. So, got a family and stuff like that, and I did some stuff in my younger days, but just kind of was chilling, and I got a phone call. Me and Tim King, who is kind of the founding member, I guess it would be, the keyboard player. We've known each other for quite a few years, and he ended up hitting me up, and I was just like, "Hey, dude, we got like a month and a half to write 5 songs and go down and record these songs. You want to come?" And I was like, "Well, shit, yeah, why not?" So here we are.
Were these songs, Terry, written and recorded during the pandemic, or were these written prior to?
So I don't know is the pandemic still going or is it over?
Yeah.
I don't even know. We'll say probably in the middle somewhere. It was just after, because we were able to go down there and do those things, but it was still a lot of things in place for protocols for the airport, wearing masks. So I guess it was still going on, but it was kind of tempered down a little bit, I guess.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In 2021, you entered the studio with Michael Elvis Baskette, who's worked with a ton of people.
He's a badass, man.
Yes. Slash, Seven Dust, Monmouth, and Wolfgang Van Halen. I mean, my God, the list goes on. Yeah. How was working with him on this single, man? Did he get something out of you that maybe somebody else may not have gotten?
Absolutely. Elvis is, extremely talented, and he pushes you in the right ways. Just a down to earth, cool guy, man. And he's so talented. So I've had people ask, like, what do you do when you go to the studio? And the key is to kind of just be pliable. You can't go in there with an attitude. You got to be, he's one of the best people in the world doing what he does. So I just kind of, you chill and you listen, and you're writing these songs. And we had a lot of these ideas before we went down there, but you kind of fine tune them with the producer and get them right and adding parts and things like that. And he was just so easy to work with, and he got the most out of you, but also was just kind and generous. And the whole team there, Jeff Moll and Josh Saldate, they're great people. It was an awesome experience.
What did Elvis get out of you, man, that you're surprised that he got, possibly?
Yeah, some range for sure. Yeah, sometimes you doubt yourself. And I think as a musician or just as a human being, we all have them demons that live up here. And sometimes that's where, you kind of struggle, and you're usually your own worst critic. And I am no different. I'm hard on myself. And so sometimes you need somebody to give you confidence. And he did that, and I appreciated that.
How difficult was it to set on these songs right now? I mean, because I know you guys are itching to get these out, but I mean, how difficult is it to set on these right now?
It's, I don't know. I'm kind of used to it now. So I think COVID trained us to sit on things for a while. Everything's just so weird. So I think I'm kind of used to the new weird. I want to get them out, but I also don't want to rush them. And you want to make sure it's the right time and everything, and just kind of doing things the right way.
So this next single that's going to be released, is this going to be the final one until the actual EP's dropped, or what are you guys wanting to do?
Well, we've had some discussions about this. We may have one more single come out, but we're not 100% sure. But the EP is looking to be out end of September, beginning of October. So those things could change, but that's kind of where we're heading with it right now.
Has the pandemic helped you guys to be more creative on this EP and the music possibly? Has it really helped you guys to hone in on what you wanted to do?
I think so. This position with this group was kind of, like I said, I only had a month and a half to kind of write. So there wasn't really a lot of time for thought for those kind of things. But yeah, I think so. I think it gave you a different way to view things, especially for being a creative person. especially lyrically in that kind of role with the music. It's kind of Revolution kind of has that end of the world vibe to it, and I've kind of seen it in film and things like that too. It's weird how everything reflects the time, and definitely was very fun, creative times, because it kind of brought you into a different window that you normally wouldn't see in the world.
I want to go back here for just a little bit when you talked about the revolution on technology and stuff, how technology has kind of ruined everything, I think, I
agree.
and this the reason is because, like, if you got somebody who is still hitting the pavement and still using social media to support festivals and things like that, and if their numbers are not right, guess what? They're still not going to be invited to come to that festival. Even though they put in the hard work, they still don't get invited because of the numbers. And I think that is a total joke.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's just the industry's changed so much. It's one of them things that it's like an avalanche. You can either fight the avalanche or go with the avalanche, and avalanches are undefeated, I promise. So it's just you kind of have to do what you can, have a good attitude, and try to just work through some of those things. But for sure, man, it's tough. It's tough.
Everybody's got to have TikTok now, which I call Tic Tac.
Yeah, I'm on it.
See, there you go.
You have to.
Yeah, you have. I don't have one yet, but I'm going to create it because everybody's hounding me.
It's the young generation, man. We talk about revolution. We're also in a revolution in the country. This younger generation is way more tech savvy. I'm 39, by the way, so they're a lot smarter with technology, and it's just the way of the world. It's coming, so you just have to adapt to it. It's probably like how our grandparents felt when they started seeing us see themselves on their phone from space. It's probably weird.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going from black and white TV to seeing yourself on your phone from space. Like, hey, it's been pretty wild 50 years of technology, I'll tell you.
See, now we're back in that corner now, Terry, where we got to go, I remember back in my day, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Remember we were TikToking?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. See, there you
go. Getting Kardashian, all that stuff.
So are these all brand new songs or songs that didn't make 2019's Broken EP, or these songs that were left in the vault that you know of?
No, these were all written by me with the vocalist. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was all that month and a half when I joined, for sure.
So any tracks that did not make this EP, we could see on another album or another EP from you guys down the road, possibly.
Yes, it's all being talked about right now. It's looking good. So, but yes, we have a couple songs that we're working on that were started during this process. So excited to get writing. I love to write. That's my favorite part about all this stuff. I just love to be chilling and writing songs, man. So I'm looking forward to getting back to writing for sure.
So here's $1 million question for you, since you like to write. Has there been a song that was difficult for you to put pen to paper that allowed you to just let go or move on, possibly? Have you had that experience yet?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. It's sometimes you have things in your head and you can't get them out, and it's weird. Like, you can see what you want to do, and I don't know. It's just art. You can't force things, because if you force them, it's tough. You got to kind of be in the moments. And then there's also the flip side of that, where you have deadlines and you got to get your shit together and get it done, because it's what you got to do. It's tough, but you got to be able to be mentally strong and kind of, pick your moments where you're feeling creative and work as much as you can during those times. But yes, I've definitely had some tunes that were a pain in the what.
Now, I know these are your babies, Terry, but are there any tracks standing out more to you than any right now on this 5-track EP? I know, like I said, these are your babies, but do they have one to stick out for you? Maybe.
My personal favorite track on this record is going to be "Fly Me to the Moon," man, because I grew up listening to Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder, and it's definitely got a interesting pop vibe to it, but kind of a power grunge chorus, if you will. And I don't know. It's a really fun song. I had a great time with it. So that's just my personal favorite one on there.
It's amazing how Michael Jackson's music is still living up today. Still today.
Yeah, that's what got me going on music, man. I think I was 5 or so years old, and he was on TV, and I remember my grandma and my mom telling me, like, I couldn't stop watching the dude. I thought he was a badass, and I still do. I love Michael Jackson and Prince and all that stuff. I love everything, really. I love metal, I love jazz, I love blues, I love classical music. I just love music. So
was there a track on this EP that you guys are working on that totally ended up sounding different than it was intended to? Was there one that kept changing, possibly, or no?
I think the one that kind of took the most turns was "Into the Sun," the one coming out. This one was really, I struggled with this one a little bit at first, writing a verse to this one. It was just kind of a unique song, and Elvis definitely helped with this one, with kind of just giving a blanket to sing over and things like that. But absolutely, this one started out kind of being different and turned out to a different thing. And I like Into the Sun. This is probably my second favorite song on the record, other than, of course, my Fly Me to the Moon song. But
What's the growth musically you've seen from yourself working on this EP with this band, man? Is there anything that you've seen musically grow for you, maybe, or no?
yeah, I mean, as you keep writing songs, you get better at it. You try to, you know. I definitely see like just some of the stuff that I've had in the past and with other groups, and you know, it's definitely I've matured as a person and as a writer. And there's still with music, I tell people like it's never ends. Like you always need to get better and try to. It's okay to suck. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. It's okay to write bad songs. You know, it's all part of the process, you know, and you got to have a positive attitude, even though you're normally when you're into art, you're not the most positive person. So
What do you hope everyone takes away while listening to this new EP Revolution, man, when they start to hear? What do you hope they get from it?
I hope they get a musical journey. You know, I don't think there's a single song in here that sounds alike. And I think that's what's going to surprise people. I think the first single, Revolution, was the cool one, but like this one's way different. And then we have a couple other ones that are way different. And it's just to take you on a journey. And, you know, I encourage people to read the lyrics and try to understand what the songs mean. You know, I think they'll be surprised. I hope.
I want to ask this, though. When you came into the band, did you get free reign to do what you wanted to lyrically? Or was there specifically anything the guys wanted to do? Maybe, possibly. How did this all work out?
Just because of the time crunch, I mean, I didn't really get any resistance. We just kind of hit it and got to work. I mean, we'd bounce ideas off and stuff like that. But for the most part, they kind of just let me be. If there was something that, you know, everybody really didn't like, we talked about it and tried to work it out. But for the most part, it really didn't come to that at all.
I know we talked about this just a little bit ago, man, but do you still have that go-to album or a song that you find yourself gravitating back to that you got to listen to from time to time? You cannot kick it out. You've got to listen to it eventually.
Of any group?
Of anybody. Yeah, anybody.
Yeah, man, I always go back to Alice in Chains. I mean, it's not one song because I love the Dirt record. So that's like one of my favorites where I'm just like, all right, I'm putting on this. So I don't know. It's always been one of those for me.
I know you've been doing this for a very long time, man, but what's been your most memorable show or moment as a musician that you just could not believe this is happening or you was there?
I think the most amazing moment just happened on this tour, man. The last show I got on stage with LJ from Seven Dust and sang Angel Sun with them, and
oh,
nice. It was dope. So that's on, you know, it's on my Instagram. I think we got a minute and a half of it or something like that. But you know, that was a pretty amazing experience. Cool of them to let me do that with them, and it was awesome.
I absolutely love Seven Dust. Those guys are so down to earth. I mean, you wouldn't even know they was in a band. If you met them on the street somewhere, you wouldn't even know they were in a band unless you honestly knew who they were.
Yeah, man, they're good dudes. It was a blast, and you know, the band Plush. Shout out to them girls. They're going on tour with Alice in Chains here. I'm actually going to see them soon. Hey. But Seven Dust treated everybody with class. It was fun. It was a great tour. It was just fun because I personally have been a Seven Dust fan since I was about 19, 20-ish years old. So for me, it's something that was like a bucket list item to sing with LJ. So that was pretty sweet.
I'll say this, man. Plush can fucking lay it down. They are, man. Just because they're girls, I'm telling you right now, folks, they can lay it down.
Yeah, and they're all amazing people, man. Good people. All good things was on the tour as well. Great band, good people. So absolutely.
I got to know this, though, man. Do you still get that good vibe of the very first show that you did live, like, you know, feeding off the crowd? Does it still have that effect to you today? Or maybe does it have more of an effect on you today, feeding off that vibe?
I think the first show I ever played, I almost pissed my pants. So I remember I was so nervous, and I'm always nervous. I do have stage fright.
Yeah.
I always get nervous. And I think people that say they're not nervous are lying. I just do. But I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, man, I've definitely gotten more control over that over the years. But yeah, that's a big difference for sure.
I couldn't even imagine walking on stage to, I don't know, 15,000, 1,500 or 1,000. I couldn't even.
Oh, yeah. It's
not even 500, dude. I would be right back off, said, see you later. See you next time. I couldn't do it. Could not.
Yeah, man. In my younger days, I opened for En Vogue.
Oh,
and that was a wild one. That was pretty sweet. So.
Oh, that's cool. All right, Terry, how can folks stay in touch with Deepfall? Find out exactly what's going on with this band, and this EP is going to come out, late September, you said? Is that correct?
Yeah, late September, early October. Deepfallband.com. If you just go to deepfallband.com, everything's there. All of our socials are there, so it's just one-stop shop for everything. We just got the vinyl in, too, so we'll be putting that on there very shortly. And I just hope people give it a listen, give it a shot, add it to your Spotify, and just enjoy music. Try to enjoy life,
I want to throw this out there. Shout out to Taylor Brandt, who's the bassist of this band, who served in the military. Kudos for him, man, and thank him for his service as well. Terry, before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Sure. All right, this is Terry DeWitt, the vocalist from Deepfall, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up. You only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and that YouTube link that you want to go subscribe to. Not want, better go. Go subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Keep up with everything that we got coming up. And also, please get out and check out Deepfall. Check out this EP that comes out around late September, early 1st of October, Revolution. I'm telling you right now, folks, this is good. This is very, very good from these guys. And give this band a fair shot. And I'm also affiliated with Metal Inc. Form Obscure, which is a online magazine that has obscure art plus album reviews. And also Dan and Josh, who run Diary of the Madman, the Ultimate Ozzy Osbourne podcast. These guys know more about Ozzy Osbourne than Ozzy knows about himself. And Ozzy needs help right now. We love Ozzy. No hate on Ozzy. We love Ozzy. No hate on Ozzy. But anyway, folks, please get out and support Deepfall as well and BODS Mayhem Hour. Terry, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, my friend.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for having me on, man. Take care.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.